episode 8 of I guess, YouTube Live. I don't know if we should even call it a podcast at this point. The YouTube
Yeah,
Live, See You in Valhalla from CrossFit Magni. I am your host, Mitch, and then this is Jeff.
this is Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he gets called that all the time, for sure.
I pulled up a whole list of parody podcast names for a CrossFit podcast, and I cannot wait to drop some of these. So I might change your name to unbeknownst to you.
Unbeknownst to me. Give me
Oh
one
man,
second. I'm gonna
yeah.
switch something.
Well, good thing nobody's watching right now. I'd be entertaining somebody.
Is that your new shirt?
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, dude. These turned out
Looks
good.
good. Yeah, they did.
I like
My
them a lot.
sleeves are working hard. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, dude. That's how you order them, you know? We got the extra small sleeves. No, I'm just
Yeah, heck yeah. You can do that. We could get them like a little
What
bit
size
more.
sleeves did you order?
Yeah, the circumference. I got 16-inch pipes.
Yeah.
Man,
Let
I'd
these
look
dogs
real
out.
good.
All right,
Man,
so today, first order of business, talk about the open that's already happened.
oh yeah.
How did things shake out? What's your worldwide ranking?
Which oh, my worldwide oh man, so I have to make a confession. Forgive me, Mitch, but I have
I
sinned.
already know.
Yeah, I know. Is that why you were asking me? Or you just want me to like fall on my sword here for everybody?
Yeah, yeah,
I
I think especially if we got anybody tuning in that's in the open on your team, it'll be
I
interesting
know.
to hear.
Well, what's funny is, they actually were the ones that let me know, so, uh, back
You did
I was I
okay.
forgot to enter in my 23-3 score. I didn't forget, I just, was 2.5 hours late to it, so I went back and my team was all privy to the fact that I wasn't very impressed with what I was able to accomplish, so I was like, "I guess I should go and enter my bunk ass score." And they're like, dude, that was due at 6." It's like, "Shit." So, my it probably would have dropped my worldwide ranking anyway by putting my score in, so I just avoided doing it. But no, it was an accident. Kind of embarrassed. I hate every second of it. But, I ended up somewhere in, like, the 6 digits, I'm pretty sure, so, I wish that my bank account was more reflective of, where my worldwide ranking was in CrossFit, but here I am. Mitch.
Dude, former member of ours.
Yeah.
Sorry, totally shifting gears.
No, that's alright.
Um,
Who is it?
she had breast cancer at some point.
Oh, shit.
And so she had to kind of revamp her life. And
Yeah.
I just see there's this new post by Boise Police showing her. It said she finally is back on the force
Excellent
since
news. I know who you're talking about too, but
battling back.
I'd say, but that's
Yeah, I don't know
awesome,
if we
man.
want to name names or
Yeah, no,
anything.
that's cool.
Obviously,
I know
but
who you're talking about.
yeah,
People that I guess have been around probably know who you're talking about, but I don't know if that's
yeah.
some HIPAA violation with our viewer right now.
Well, I
But
mean, they just posted it on Instagram, so I think
no, yeah,
that's
so
cat's out of
still
the bag to some
good
degree. But
good do
it's
your
cool to
due
see that
diligence.
she did the thing, battled back. I mean,
Oh
who
yeah.
I would have guessed that she would have battled back. She's a
Oh,
tough girl.
for sure. For sure.
Yep.
That's good to know. I should go and comment on it and say something.
Yeah, very cool. Anyway,
Congratulations.
sorry. That someone just sent me something, and when it says they sent me something from Boise Police Department, I kind of felt like I needed to look at it immediately,
Oh,
not
yeah.
later.
It's 2:06. Do you know where your kids are at?
Yeah, right. Actually, funny
Unfortunately.
story. I was putting Lily down for a nap and I couldn't go through the full motions today. Just didn't have enough time. And I was like, "You're gonna have to put yourself to bed for a nap."
It's the
She
beginning
was
of the
not
end,
happy
man.
about that. I still read all the books, right? We did read all the books, so we did that thing, and just
You
like
can't read.
part. I'm telling you, dude, that bedtime thing we do it twice a day because
Uh-huh.
there's nap and bedtime and it's 3 kids books and probably like snuggling and then fighting with her about anything. So
Awesome
overall, it takes like 30 minutes to do it.
to get
It
it
feels
down.
like. Yeah.
Same. Have you tried sleepy vitamins? Melatonin. It's a real
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm not talking about, like, chloroform or whatever that stuff is that, like does this rag smell like
Okay, have
chloroform?
you seen I'm sure it would get banned if we try to show it. You should pull it up though. Pull up, there's a YouTube thing, nap time.
Nap time?
Yeah.
Is it music?
No, it's a video. It's a commercial. We're just showing it so the viewers could look it up for themselves. But
Does it have, like, a
if you
spray
look up,
bottle on it? I wanna
yeah,
make
if you
sure you
look
have the
up
right thing.
infomercial nap time,
Alright, let's see
it should
here.
pop
I gotta
up.
make sure I get to the right one here. No, no. Well, that's gotta be the right one because 'cause I've only got one tab open. Oh, nope, there it is. There we go. We're talking about this one?
I think so, yeah. You could probably
This
play
top
like
one?
5 seconds. I don't know if anything will happen in 5 seconds, but
Mom,
Oh, shit.
can I have a
Where's our
popsicle?
music?
No, honey, you'll
Pause.
spoil your.
Pause.
Hey,
Nailed it. This
yeah,
is
so that's
not
kind of parent life.
this is not
Okay, if you haven't seen this commercial though, y'all need to go watch it. It's too long. We can't get into it here because of copyright things, but
this is
um,
Mitch today.
go go check out Nap Time. And yeah, you could see exactly how we're helping our kids get more sleep.
No, love it. I have not seen that, but I am looking forward to going and watching it.
Trust me, it's not what we're
Funny.
doing.
It has to be prefaced with that. We're like, "We are not doing this to our child, I
Yeah.
promise."
There's like a thing on there where it's an infomercial, so it's like this host or whatever is like being all excited about it. It's like, check out this new thing by NASA, blah 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 blah, and then like it shows him like trained scientist doctors from NASA or whatever, right? And this guy's like reading the label and he's like, this is chloroform.
So is that what that's about?
It basically is.
Nice.
It's chloroform rebranded as like a nap time assistance.
That's
Oh,
just
we got
me.
people in the chat.
No, I
Okay.
just said, "How do you get your kids sleep?" Oh, man.
Okay. All right. So moving forward, you didn't put your score in for the last
Yeah,
open workout because you were garbage
damn it.
at it and
Mhm.
depressed about it. So tell
Yeah.
people your on it.
On 23.3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually very excited about 23.3. I was like, "These are all my strong suits. I can do handstand push-ups." The snatch was the problem. Apparently, I need to spend more time around a snatch,
Around a
and so
snatch. Yeah. I think
yeah.
we've all identified Jeff needs to spend more time around a snatch.
Oh, hold on. It said that our chat is turned off. How do we fix our chat?
What?
I know, what the heck? Hmm. I got a very cryptic message saying that our chats have been turned off. Let's try
Yes.
this out.
Yes. Same.
Hmm. We've
I
got
don't
some
see
very
how there would be any difference.
yeah. Let's see, not private chat. Don't need
I
a
don't know if we
private
could get into
chat.
it here.
Boy. And I wonder we'll get this stuff all figured out, you know? So I'll keep talking about 23.3. Mitch, you look like you're more of an IT person than I am anyway.
I don't
Um,
know if I'm gonna be able to figure this out, but
yeah. So I was really excited about 23.3. Looking forward to getting in there. I knew I was gonna have a hard time with 135, uh, but I thought that I could get more than 0. And and that's where I ended up. I
thought
got I
I could
got
get more than 0.
yeah, I so I got I mean, I picked it up 5 or 6 times, and every single time, it just I don't know what it was, the arm, maybe the shoulders were too fatigued or something, and honestly, I mean, I'm not making excuses, but I was a little bit heady, so I was working out in the back with Matt, and I picked up 135 and snatched it, but I had done
Mm,
exactly what you were saying about where you get, like, too toe-y or you arch your back too much, and I almost didn't do the workout. If I would have been sore for maybe 3 or 4 minutes longer, I probably wouldn't have done it. So I, like, slipped something in my back or, like, twinged something or tweaked it, and so it's just I don't know if I was thinking about it too much, what the deal was, but C'est la vie, I guess. So we ended up with a 6-minute workout of just a couple wall walks and a light snatch, and then
Yeah, I
some double
think
unders.
so. My first go around, my big tip was like, hey, save your shoulders as much as you can by getting under the weight and using your hips as explosively as possible through the entire snatch. One sec.
Gesundheit, Gesundheit.
Still
Chloroform in your
battling
nose?
this fucking
That's all
cold.
right. I know, right?
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I accidentally get the paper towels mixed up. At any rate, so I get back to that 185 bar finally, and 185 is something I can usually pretty comfortably hit. It's heavy. It's heavier than me, so it's like definitely substantial. But I can usually power snatch it. Um, and I couldn't do a single rep at that weight. And when I reflected on my performance, I had about 90 seconds to hit the 9 reps and got 0.
Yeah.
Like tried 4 times, missed every single one of them. And when I was reflecting on what was going on, and I was like super pissed. I was like having one of those times where you're trying to like you're in front of everybody, so you're trying to
Yeah.
like calm
You gotta
yourself
do it.
down. But like
Yeah.
I really wanted to huck everything against the wall at that moment.
Yeah.
And I threw like a more comical style fit. I feel like I handled it pretty well.
It was intense.
Um,
I wasn't
but
scared.
internally, I was fighting a real battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, and then with the reflection I ended up landing on was sometimes now this is interesting because I've heard in a lot of coaching circles, um, when you're teaching the snatch progressions, you try to avoid telling people to go up on their toes
Uh-huh.
because they tend to start going on their toes early, like before hip extension. Whereas going up on your toes should be a byproduct of hip extension. And what's funny about that is I find that when I'm really trying to go into hip extension, I accidentally overdo it and end up on my toes early because I'm like pushing them forward before my knees have extended,
Uh-huh.
right? Too much. And I think that's what was happening. So the bar was never in a good position for shoulder stability at the top. So it was either
Yeah.
too far forward or there was one that was too far back. My wife ended up getting some good pictures of proof that I'm not um, able to snatch that way. Um, so anyway, the next time I did it, my big focus was kind of what it is every time I do try to hit those top end snatches, which was stay in my heels as long as possible. And that made a big difference for me. So I was
I,
staying in my heels as long as I could be.
and I am by no means a coach, but I have heard you talk. And when I was going back through and looking at the 85 pictures from the Open, I was
Hmm.
gonna say, looking at those pictures that I saw, you could see that you were very much on the outside toe, like on one of your feet.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw it, but I was like, man, I wonder if I should bring that up to Mitch. I was like, I'll save it
I
for the
haven't looked. Yeah, yeah.
save it for the podcast.
Save
Because I know that,
I'll coach him in person.
yeah, I mean, because why tell you before you redid the workout, you know? Why do that?
Yeah. Well, for anybody watching, I don't know if we can fix the comments yet, but we'll deep dive into that later. So
Drop
no
them on
comments
Facebook.
today.
I'll look at
It's
I'll
just
I'll
me, Jeff.
monitor Facebook real fast if anybody has
Overall
anything.
standings, I did make the quarterfinals, it looks like. I mean, I don't know if everything's finalized, but it seems pretty certain. I'm right in the middle of that percentile that I need to hit. And I don't know, I always like to caveat that I train like 4 times a week for an
Yep.
hour now, but I have a background where I trained like 3 hours a day. So making top 10% is a little different. I have all the skill sets. I just don't have the fitness that I used to have. But because this open seemed to really hit skills pretty hard. Um, I think it helped me a little bit.
It was like right up your alley.
Yeah, I think it definitely helped. I think if the playing field was more like simple movements and not enough skill, I think I would actually fall lower on the
Uh-huh.
leaderboard because I rely on higher skill things to get through the next stage. But um, right now, I tentatively plan to do the quarterfinals. But again, I'm not planning on going further nor investing too much time and energy into it. But I think it's fun. Do we know where Katie ended up?
She says that she's still in the top 10%, but she hasn't received an email yet. So she's like
I
just
have not
waiting for us
either.
information.
I received like an initial email that says, "Looks like you're going to be invited to the quarterfinals,"
Oh, seriously.
but
That's
it
pretty
wasn't an
sweet.
actual invitation.
Yeah.
So
You could
Um,
be invited, or you could not be invited. We're
yeah,
currently taking
so
bids.
yeah. So that's pretty exciting. I'm excited to do that. I think it'll be
Cool.
fun, especially if I could have someone else to participate with that.
Yeah.
Um, and it's a lot harder of a weekend because you're doing basically at least 2 workouts full effort a day,
Oh, seriously?
right? So
That's pretty
yeah,
intense. I didn't
so
know
in
that.
the open, you have 1 workout a week, gets announced on Thursday, you have till Monday. Well, in the quarterfinals, they announce all the workouts on Thursday, and you have till Monday to put all the scores in. So
Wow.
it's 6 workouts. Um, and so, and I in the past, I didn't do it last year because I didn't do the open at all last year. But
Uh-huh.
the year before, it was they only released like 2 workouts per day, and I don't know if they still do that. So it'd be like 2 workouts come out Thursday, and then 2 workouts come out Friday, and then 2 workouts come out Saturday. So it was kind of like it behooved the athlete to do the first 2, then do the second 2.
Yeah.
But what I think a lot of people did was they heard the first 2, they waited, and then once they got the next 2, they picked out of those 4 what order they wanted to start doing them in.
Oh, that makes
Um,
sense.
and that way, yeah, and it did make sense because there was some that I would not want to do in
Blow you
certain
up.
orders. Yeah.
Uh, so
Um,
so I know you say that you're not planning on going further, but say you do really well in the quarterfinals, you would proceed, right? Like whatever is next.
if I did, I would, but I won't.
Damn it, Mitch. It's all
Yeah,
between the ears, man.
it could be, but I just
Take your
don't.
shirt off.
That's not the effort. It's not my priority, right?
Yeah,
So
all right.
I
That's
try to
fair.
emphasize like when you get to CrossFit on that level, it's different. Like when you're doing CrossFit for fitness, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be engaging, and you're supposed to make continual progress. But once you've hit a certain peak with your fitness, the only trajectory is to come back down, right? And if you're being realistic and you're only training an hour a day, 4 to 5 times a week, the trajectory continuing going up doesn't necessarily mean a healthier you or a better you or the person that you're trying to be, right?
Yeah.
So with as many priorities as I have, I just don't have the time and commitment level to it,
Yeah.
and I know that,
Makes
and
sense.
I'm realistic, but I'm still
Being real
doing
about it.
CrossFit.
Yeah.
So
So could you take somebody like Wadney Dangerfield and get him to the
okay,
quarterfinals next year?
in 1 year, I
Yeah.
would have to see. So one thing that I do for athletes who are interested in making the quarterfinals is I go and sit down and we look at the previous year's performance,
Mhm.
and we calculate rate. And so what rate is the average reps per minute that you were able to sustain in a competition setting. So usually you take the open, and usually we can deliver and say like to make quarterfinals you need a rate of about 13 reps per minute,
Oh,
right? And then we could be like, okay, so in all our workouts, our goal and our objective for conditioning should be that you could complete a variety of things 13 reps per minute. That being said, this year will skew this number because you have a shuttle run that takes several seconds to get 1 rep, and you have a burpee
forever.
pull up that also takes multiple seconds to get a rep.
Yeah.
Then you have the double under, which always kind of skews it to you do faster than that,
Yeah.
but it usually averages out. So we don't worry about the one movement in the double under that's always there because it still averages out. But now this open has double unders and those movements. So we'll
Mhm.
see how it averages out. But there will still be a rate number that we can calculate off of who just barely made the cut line. And
Interesting.
usually what I do is I take people all above the cut line for that like 20, usually about 10 to 20 spots intervals, and I take about 5 of them, and I do the calculations for rate and be like, okay, well, if all of them are here, the average is this, so the rate that people need is that average, right?
That
And
makes
so
sense.
then we go, okay, well, Wadney Dangerfield is at a rate of 10 reps. Can we add 3 reps per minute? Maybe,
Yeah.
right? Like, obviously, there's a lot at play there, but it gives you a better objective when you're training to be like, I need 3 reps per minute, or not 3 reps, 13
3
reps per
additional.
minute of any movement, right? And if you're better at a movement, I guess you're going to do 20 so that you have a little cush on the
Yeah.
movements you're not so good at, right?
Yeah, that makes
But
sense. There's like
that
such
would be
an
kind of
analytical approach
generally
to it.
speaking. It's a way to put some numbers to it. I don't know,
Yeah.
it's not perfect because there's still okay, well, what's your weaknesses? We still have to identify, is
Yeah.
muscular endurance holding you back? Is cardiovascular endurance holding you back? Is strength holding you back? And those are three very different training stimuluses to practice. If you just do CrossFit, we think all of them will rise, but I'm not sure at this point, um, unless you're really consistently training some of those higher skilled weaknesses. I'm not sure an hour a day, 3 days, 4 days a week would actually get you to that level. I think you would need a
Mhm.
5-day commitment, and you
Yeah.
would probably have to set aside some time to work on weaknesses.
Yeah. Interesting.
But I don't think it
I'm
would take much.
it wouldn't take much. Is that what you were saying?
I don't think it would take much more time. Like as long as you're
Oh,
committed
gotcha.
to it and consistent in it, I don't think it would take much more time. Like add 15 minutes to each session in the gym.
Yeah. I'm the type of guy, and we are talking about Jeff here, not Wadney Dangerfield. Psych. I know that you were.
But it's an AKA, so it's still
It's
the
an
same
AKA,
person.
yeah. Um, but like I'm the type of person where it's like I am more committed when there's like something that I'm trying to get to. So like January came around, it was very unhealthy. You know that my heart rate was crazy and like all
Oh
those
yeah,
different
that's right.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so then I'm like, all right, well, I want to go and show out for the open as well as I can. So we saw how that went, but I have been consistent. I've been coming at
Yeah.
least four
You've beat me
times.
on a couple workouts actually. So
Hey, and there's that too. So
yeah.
those are my strengths. But so I'm like looking forward because I got to keep like my motivation up because it's like, all right, well, the open's like finished. I'm like, I've got all this stuff at work, all the things that everybody average Wadney Dangerfield out there, like myself, is probably going to be going through at some point. Like how
Mhm.
to like to keep my motivation up. All right, well, okay, so next year, like I've been doing CrossFit like very
Mm.
uh, non-committal for like the better part of 10 years probably, and like I don't really have a lot to show for it, but I know that it's my commitment issues because I take 3 months off. I come once or twice a week. I get kicked around. So I'm like, all right, well, what if I was like, hey, I got a goal. I'm gonna try and make it to the corners and to the quarters. And like, I fully understand that it's the journey and not the destination,
Mhm.
because I want to make sure that my heart rate doesn't do the things that it was doing because it's like uh,
Yeah.
a very intense workout we did the other day. Because I looked at 174. Like a couple weeks prior to that, it probably would have been in 210. So I'm sure that it's
That's
like
so
me trying
nuts.
to
Yeah.
eat healthier and it's like actually paying attention to it now. Like when I really, really redline now, it hits 183, which is exactly where my heart rate should be at my age for like the really, really
Yeah.
high heart rate.
It's very
So
strange.
yeah. So anyway, long story short, I think that I can announce is that I'm gonna try. Like I'll go 5 days. If you see or there's something like I'd sit down with you, we could talk about it. We could follow my journey to get to the
For
quarters.
sure.
I know that I've just tossed this out there to you, but it's something that I'd be interested in because I'm competitive and I
Yeah.
just Katie's
No,
if
that would
Katie's
be really
going, I
cool.
gotta go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to double back on though is that I heard you say um you don't have a lot to show for it, and I would argue that you actually do have a significant amount to show for it when you're comparing yourself to the right group, right?
Okay.
Now, in
Tell me more.
CrossFit, we're always trying to see if we can push the needle further towards fitness because that means we're further away from sickness,
Mhm.
right? Um, but I would argue that the average person is here, and you, even with your novice mentality, let's say, are still over here, pretty
Yeah,
far from it, right? So
makes
you
sense.
do have a lot to show for it, but it's like relative to other CrossFitters, you're not in the top
Yeah.
10%, which would be
Yeah.
over here, right?
Yeah, for
But
sure.
again, that's you getting more sport specific, I think, with that.
Yeah.
But if you're relative like to a normal person walking into the grocery store, you're fitter, right?
Yeah.
And I know because we play that intramural soccer thing, and I could see you outpacing some of these high school kids and playing in the last game, as well
That was
as a
fun.
lot of these other grown ass men and shit like that. So,
They were like a
um,
third our age,
yeah.
and we took
Um,
them to the woodshed.
yes, we did. It was embarrassing for them. Um, okay, so let's talk. So tonight we have the unveiling of the events. And what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about each event, but I'm not going to give all the details. And the reason for that is there's a few events that really need the details to be surprises. Um, so I'll give the details I can. You're welcome to try to dig deeper, but for the most
Okay.
part, Remembering that this is we call it the CrossFit Decathlon, and that we have a major focus on having fun over the fitness side of it this time. That being said, we still, because we're using the 10 components of fitness, we still have to have some level of fitness to it, because some of them you just can't avoid that. What are you pulling up?
Oh, sorry. Were you saying that? I was actually pulling up the 10 components of fitness so that
Perfect. That's what
yeah,
we
I
need.
could yeah. We are here. Hold on one second.
Yeah, we'll see which one.
It's like we're starting to
Pretty
figure
sure.
each other out, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
dude.
yeah.
Uh,
I think we're in the right spot. Share, let's see.
Sure. Yep. All right.
We're
So
at 9.
cardiovascular respiratory endurance is the first one that we'll talk about. It's also first on my list. Typically try to go in close to this order, but I always leave one out and have to tag it on at the end. So the first event for cardio, we'll be doing a Oreo based challenge. I believe some people call this the Roeo challenge.
The Roeo
Um,
challenge. Okay.
yeah, so basically we're going to do an AMRAP for 7 minutes. And you're going to get as many calories as you can on a rower, and there will be a certain number of calories where every time that number comes up, you have to stop and eat an Oreo.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's going to be the challenge. 7
It said it
minutes,
was a
and whoever
7-minute
gets most
AMRAP?
time. Yeah, and we're going to
Okay.
pick a male and female from each team.
Okay.
That way
That
it'll
sounds
be,
like
and it'll
fun.
be combined score.
So do you know where the benchmark's at? How many Oreos do I get to eat?
Do you get to eat? Do I have an estimation on how many Oreos would be eaten? Is that what you're
Yeah.
asking?
Yeah. A whole sleeve?
No, well, I don't think so. I'd imagine around 10.
Oh, okay. That's pretty close to a sleeve.
Is it? I don't know what a sleeve is. Anyway,
It's like
um,
packed in sleeves.
yeah, I don't know how many that is though.
Oh,
I imagine it's more than 10, but I don't know.
yeah. It's been a while since
By
I've
the
had one.
way, I can definitely go through a sleeve of Oreos in one sitting. All right, number 2, stamina. So this one was a little challenging because it kind of does have a it depends on there if it's actually going to hit the stamina target.
Mhm.
But it's going to be max squats in 3 minutes, and you are allowed to pick any 2 people from your team. One person will be holding the other person
Holding somebody.
and squatting
Oh, okay. Like on
for
their
max
on their
reps
back?
in 3 minutes.
On their
Hey,
back
how
or on
they
the front?
hold that other person, that's totally up to them. They could figure that out on their own. I'm not going to give
Okay.
away any secrets or any ideas, but yeah, it's just going to be max reps in 3 minutes. And we'll probably surround them with some crash pads just in
Yeah.
case.
Safety
Um,
first.
yeah. But that'll be the stamina event. So choose from your team wisely. Now, when we do the CrossFit Decathlon, people have to choose. They kind of have to select. They can't just pick the same people over and over again. They have to spread it out. So that'll be something we take care of. But anyway,
Representation
number
matters here.
3,
Yep.
strength. This is the only event that's returning purely from last year, and that is the tug of war.
Oh,
So like
yeah.
it's just so simple and so effective. You choose a male, female from each team. You pit them against each other. You have a line that they can't cross. And once both team members have crossed that line, the tug of war is over.
2-on-2?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we're going to go into flexibility. So last year we did the limbo, and I won that handsomely. So we felt we could not bring the limbo back as silly and fun as that was, just because I would probably win again. I'm so good at it. So
We did watch that video, and Katie and I both swore your name last night. We're like, "Fucking Mitch, like, seriously?" 'Cause you were so low, and then you just pop back up. I'm like, "This is stupid."
I'm pretty good at the limbo. I didn't realize that until last year.
Yeah. Hidden
Should
talent.
put that in my Instagram handle.
Yeah.
Limbo Champ 2022. Okay, so for this one, we're going to be doing Back Bridge Survivor. So the whole team will participate as is able. It is actually a hard position to hold. But we're holding a full gymnastics back bridge. So hands and feet only on the ground
Whoa.
in that big arch.
Okay.
And
Whoa.
it's just going to be last man standing.
Okay. So as many people that are willing and want to do the back bridge on your team can do it, and it's just like whoever's representing their team at the end is the one that wins.
Correct. Whoever's the last
Oh,
man standing, whatever
easy.
team they're on, that's it.
Okay.
It's just only the last one is rewarded.
Okay.
Power. Let's see here. Oh, power is going to be a max throw. Male, female, combined distance.
Oh, okay. What's the apparatus? What are we throwing?
We're throwing a slam ball,
Oh, okay.
and you may only use one hand.
Whoa. So it'll be like a shot put.
Yep, it'll be 3 attempts. You take your best of the 3, and your second person's best of 3 as well. Again, male, female, just to try to keep things even between the teams, but also to make sure we're not biasing. Like, we don't want to have a male go only against a female. We feel like that wouldn't be
Yep.
quite the same with levers. So, although I would argue some females could beat men, of course, but generally speaking, we didn't want to do that. So we have that combined thing. All right, what's next?
Speed.
Oh, speed. Calling this one Cocaine Cowboys. This is one where I cannot unveil everything. I think we're just going to pick one person from each team, and it's going to be a marked distance. I actually haven't even decided what distance yet. Where they will have to sprint, retrieve an object, and sprint back.
Okay.
They will not know exactly what object they are retrieving, and they will also not be allowed to use their hands at all. In fact, they will be required to have their hands interlaced behind their backs. We will not tie them for safety reasons.
Hold on. Did my mic come back on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, cool. Sorry. I was gonna cough, but I tried muting it. Okay, so that'll be interesting, and you're not gonna give us any more information about that one right now.
Correct. Yeah. Only
All right.
one thing I don't know is the distance.
Oh, okay.
And then you're choosing one member from each team, and then I can't reveal what we're retrieving.
Are you gonna let the other team pick the person that's going?
Oh, that would be fascinating.
Yeah. Be
Uh,
because if we
like
don't know
pick
what it is
from
either,
their own team or from another team?
from the other team. So
Oh, you want to pick somebody on the other team?
yeah,
Oh, that's an
yeah,
interesting. We'll see. We'll see. I'm
okay.
not sure how I feel about that. I think mainly it's got to be an involvement thing, right? So we want to make sure everybody gets on the team gets
Yeah.
involved in some of these events. So can't choose people multiple times. So yeah, that's the speed one this year. What's after speed? Coordination. Perfect. That's what I
Coordination.
got. Okay, so this is actually the event that I think I'm looking most forward to. So last year for coordination, we did a 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 ladder of partner double unders. So you and a partner both have to execute those double unders. As soon as each of you has done 50, you go, and I think we did a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or did we just do
Yeah, on
5? Or
marshmallow toss?
yeah, I think it was
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1 of marshmallow toss. So one partner stands behind a line and has to throw into who is also standing behind the line, the other partner's mouth, right? And so that was pretty fun. And it came down to the wire. It was really
Arguably the
heated. It
most intense
was
game.
yeah,
Yep.
it was very intense. It was actually super fun. Well, this year we're putting a spin on that. So this year it's going to be choose as many people as you want from your team. You may do doubles or singles, but you get rewarded more for doubles. And so it'll be like 1 point versus 3 points. And you have 2 minutes, or no, I think we chose a longer time. 4 minutes because you get to use as many people as you want. 4 minutes with your team to accumulate as many marshmallow tosses into your mouth as possible while maintaining the single or double.
While you're doing it.
Yes. So you are not allowed to stop and catch. You're not allowed to catch then stop. You have to just keep it going.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
And again, you could do singles, you'll get 1 point per. If you do doubles, you get 3 points per.
Oh man.
Then
Strategy.
for Instagram, got to do it for the gram. We're
Yeah.
going to do that same event just for fun. There's nothing on the line, where we'll just take volunteers and you try to catch a hot dog in your mouth while doing it. A raw dog, just
Yeah, raw dog in it. Nice. Oh
I gotta
yeah.
say that's the content I'm most looking forward to capturing.
So
So,
on these hot dogs, will there be condiments on them?
condom mints. I see what you did there. No, there will not be. And
No.
well,
Okay.
I mean, I guess they could if they really want to. I don't know that. No, I mean, it's already humiliating enough, isn't
Hot
it?
dogs, tossing those around. It doesn't sound like something that would be great for
Uh,
the gram.
I can't wait to have it. We'll only really get a few opportunities with that, but um, what's funny about that is we'll put it in slow-mo, and then I can already see the caption is they said CrossFit was fun or whatever, you know. So join CrossFit, it'll be
Have
fun, they
fun. It'll
say.
be fun, they
Me
say.
at CrossFit.
Yeah. That's
Or
gonna be
or it'll
sweet.
be the caption is what bodybuilders think we're doing at CrossFit, and it'll be the guy trying to catch a wiener in his mouth, you know.
What my mom thinks I do, what my friends think I do, what I actually do. Right.
Yeah, so lots of
That's
fun
good.
with that. Yeah.
Nice.
That's I think that one's the one I look forward to the most. Agility, we're doing a little dodgeball spin on agility.
Wha
So we're gonna have a
Whole team?
line or go ahead.
The whole team?
Question.
Or is it just a
Um,
question?
I think this will be opposing teams. So basically, it'll be you choose one person to represent agility from your team. We could act. I haven't actually written this out yet, so it could be more. Um, I might do more just to get more involvement, but basically, might be like up to 3 people from your team, one person at a time. The other team will then have the balls, and they can have 2 throwers throw simultaneously from
Oh, okay.
behind a set line,
Uh-huh.
and so they'll throw simultaneously, and it's up to that person to dodge. They'll be rewarded for how many balls they dodge.
Oh,
So
I gotta get
only if
in
they
on
don't
that
get
one.
hit. Now, with that said, anything that bounces off the ground first doesn't count. And then uh, catching it doesn't really count for anything either.
Just get out of the way.
Just purely dodging.
It's like
Yeah,
Matrix meets firing squad meets dodgeball.
correct.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, if you get hit with something bounce off the ground, it still isn't going to do anything for you. It doesn't count as a dodge though either, so it's not getting you
Okay.
points.
Okay.
So you might as well have gotten hit anyway.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's the idea. No headshots intentionally, of course, but those might be the
Intentionally.
easiest to dodge.
Yeah.
um, so anyway, you'll get rewarded for how many dodge balls you dodge in that.
So you're gonna set that up against the wooden wall where the
Yes.
drinking fountain's out? That's
Yep. And that way
nice.
there's kind of a limited space for side to
Mhm.
side as well. And then what is accuracy next? No, balance is
Balance.
next. Okay.
Yep.
Balance. So last year we did a single leg flip cup, right? Where we lined the 2 teams against each other. You had to stand on one leg. If you needed your other leg for any reason at all, you had to do 3 burpees before you were back in action. And it was pretty fun. It was definitely challenging to go like that while also holding in one leg.
Yeah.
Um, but we have a little spin on that this time. So we're going to set the um, play area away from the start area. And you're going to have to do a relay style on
Ooh,
one
nice.
leg, right?
Like
So relay style on one leg, still flip cup.
Uh-huh.
So you'll jump out there on one leg, right? Do your drink, flip it, and then hobble back on one leg and tag in the
Nice.
next person. The next person can't go till they've been tagged. Um, and we'll run through a relay. We'll probably involve most of the team on that one.
Yeah.
And then the penalty, if you end up on your other leg, is spinning in a circle 3 times.
Uh,
We figured that was going to be even more challenging because then your balance is even more thrown off. So
yeah.
we think that's even a heavier penalty than burpees, even though it might not take as much time.
Nice.
So yeah, that'll be the version of Flip Cup that we're playing for balance. Last one is accuracy,
Accuracy.
and I think if you saw event 8, event 10 is just dodgeball,
Oh, just dodgeball.
just dodgeball.
Nice.
We'll probably do like a best of 3 or something
More
like that.
traditional type.
Yeah, best of 3. We'll just make sure the teams are even numbers.
Mhm.
I don't even know. It kind of depends on the turnout. I don't know if I'll cap it or not yet. I'm gonna wait and see what the turnout is and then decide from there. But it might be 6 on each side. And then we'll have to make some rules about what can and can't be done and whatnot. But yeah,
Nice.
so those are our decathlon events. We've challenged all the components of fitness, and yet at the same time, we had a lot of fun to close out the open and see who wins between Team Peanut Butter Jelly Legs and Flexual Healing.
Yeah. And there's another punishment coming up tonight, right?
That's right. Yes,
Nice.
Team PB&J did beat us,
Handedly.
but 25 points or something like that. Like it's not handed. Calm down.
But it's just 2 in a row. It's a streak now, is what it is.
I did say at the beginning, before this all started, I really wanted it to be close going into the final week, and it is.
Is
So
it
I'm pretty
doable though?
pumped about that. It's definitely doable.
Okay.
I think it's. I mean, I think so. I think there's going to be about 250 points up for grabs tonight between all those events, and so that could shift things potentially. And then there's a few other points that haven't been calculated yet because you guys have through event start basically to do them. And anything that's happened there, none of those have been recorded yet. So
Yeah. And we also have to announce the Spirit of the Games award too.
yes, which
Yes. The winner.
we have already selected that, but yeah.
Oh, it's already done? You don't even need to see what happens tonight?
We kind of wanted to wait, but usually when we pick Spirit of the Games, it's because every week was substantial in some way,
Oh, gotcha.
and not just one week or another. So I
Nice.
kind of doubt it would be an exception, but
Something
if it is,
substantial would have to happen tonight?
yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Well, that's awesome. Better be on Peanut Butter and Jelly Legs team.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Whatever you say, man. Man, it's been a
Uh,
lot of fun though. Like, it's been a good year.
oh
We've had
man.
the coaches have been good. A lot of people getting in there and like doing it, pushing
Yeah,
their comfort zone.
I think the best thing about this open and every time we've done it so far, I've kind of had the same reflection, is it almost takes pressure off the performance to do this intramural style,
Mhm.
while at the same time every individual gives as much effort as they can to the individual workouts.
Yeah.
I don't feel like anybody just throws the workouts. I feel like everybody actually adds 10% to their effort. But at the same time, the outcomes are all celebrated, I think,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I
enjoyable.
saw
And
some
like
cool stuff.
for someone like me who was hyper competitive, it's almost less competitive. It feels more fun
Yeah.
competitive instead of less like fuck competitive.
Yeah,
um,
like a stressor in your life.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been cool. A lot of good feedback for sure. I've been talking up the decathlon to all the people that haven't done it yet. So
Oh, it's the best
looking
night
forward to
for
seeing that
sure.
tonight. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
We also, I think
No.
we're gonna put like a sign on the wall with each team name and their participants underneath with the victor on there. So that for the whole year, that sign will be up there and everybody can
Oh,
see who
the
won
winners
and
were
all that. So yeah.
nice. Nice.
Which
We got to
obviously we
ring
won't
that
have
new
made
bell
because we got
too.
to figure out. Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know if we'll get any PRs tonight because it's not really set up for that, but
Well, whichever team wins gets to ring the bell, don't they?
I guess so.
As long as it's not in your kitchen.
Yo, dude, I'm telling you, that bell's loud in my kitchen.
I haven't heard
Not
anybody
so
hit it in
much
the
in the
gym
gym.
with these.
I have I think I had so Jen PR'd her snatch in the open.
Oh, nice.
So I
Posting
had
here?
her ring it. Yep.
No. Oh, I
At least
actually
she
did hear that.
thinks it was a PR. And
Yep, I
then
did hear that.
Dan Taylor the other day on I think deadlifts or bench.
Hit a PR.
Yeah, just doing the 85% doubles. So that's more he's ever
Nice.
done in the double. So
You got to get in. You got to utilize that for the Instagram too. Just like record
oh
somebody
yeah.
hitting it.
I do have
That'd be
Jen
pretty cool.
ringing it. I just didn't do anything with it because that's kind of my shtick is I collect things and always forget about them.
Yeah. One of the old companies I used to work for, whenever somebody would have something substantial happen, he had like a huge, like 4 foot wide gong. And so you would hit that and it would just reverberate through the entire building, and we got in so much trouble. So I think the bell is a much better approach than a gong. But I still
Yeah,
look
I got a
forward to hitting it
question
someday.
for you.
What's up?
Parent question. You ready for this?
Yeah.
You
Yep.
guys aren't there yet, but I wonder what your advice is. So, um, my son wants to go to a party he was invited to, and he said, "I think it's a birthday party." That's
Uh-huh.
his words.
Uh-huh.
Red flag for me is he thinks it's a
Yep.
birthday party.
Yep.
Um, and then I said, okay, I need to be in touch with the parents in some way, so I need the parents' info.
Mhm.
And he said that his dad doesn't want anyone texting him.
Sounds sus.
Yeah, dude, I'm like, for me, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
like,
Wow, that's tough, man. Because I can't imagine somebody throwing a party and being like, "P.S. Don't let anybody text me." And how
yeah,
do we get to that point? I always fall on the fact that somebody's lying to me about something. I'm just like,
yeah. Well,
"What
I've
is
been
it?"
that age,
Yeah. And how old is he? I guess, do you wanna give it up?
13.
Okay. Oh, yeah, dude. No, it's not a birthday party. Tell your boy not to hate me, but it's not a birthday party. But what are
I
they
don't think
doing?
so either. I don't
Yeah.
think so either. And the fact that it starts at 7 at their age, it's like, come on, this shit should be
Yeah.
like ending by 8.
The good news is he's telling you that there's something going on. I would have just snuck out. I'd be gone. I'd just go off and do it
Yeah.
at that age. Maybe not at that age. But yeah, he's telling you there's something. But be like, "All right, kid, be real with me. What's going on? What's happening?" Because right now it's a no. That's what I would say. I'd be like, "Right now, it's a no because it seems a little sus, but just tell me what's going on."
Oh, the fact that they can't give me the dad's info is a no.
Yeah.
It's just like a hardcore no.
Yeah. Man. And what do you mean?
Doesn't
Simon's
want
always
anyone
trying to get us to go
texting
out
him.
or saying he needs to go to a birthday party, and it's none of my business, and don't text his parents at 6. He's like, "I'm going. I'm leaving."
Yeah.
Ah, man, I'm terrified of those days. Good luck to you. Godspeed. We'll see you in
Yeah,
Valhalla.
thanks. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oof,
Yeah, it sounds
man,
super shady.
that's tough. But it's not a birthday party for sure. I would put
Yeah.
everything that I own on it not being a birthday party.
What's funny is I don't really lack trust in like Cooper doing something stupid really.
Yeah,
I trust that he wouldn't, but I think stupid things might happen and him being surrounded by it may get him
that's
in
stupid.
a position
Yeah. Yeah, don't
that
be
he
in that
shouldn't even be
situation.
in.
Yeah,
So,
100%. You're doing great, Mitch.
all right,
Trust
let's see if I
your
can
intuition.
keep my cojones big enough to say
Yeah.
no.
It's figure out what it is. Don't you gotta, like, dive into it and see what's happening. You know what I mean?
I mean, my thing is if I am not allowed to have his number, you are not allowed to go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Pure and simple. If he doesn't want us texting, cool. He doesn't want more kids showing up either.
Yeah. And maybe that's what it is.
Like, yeah, maybe it is. Or maybe he's not even there.
Yeah. Busted.
I was
Oof,
ready
it's
for all this
so funny
options.
though.
Like his
Like,
20-year-old brother is actually his dad. I was ready for all of it.
you're ready for everything.
Yeah,
What's crazy is just, like, the different like, as you age, I believe that, like, your ability to get around things, obviously, like, that skill set gets sharpened. 'Cause
for sure.
that would be the last thing that I would say is like, "Oh, he just doesn't want anybody texting him." I'd be like, "Oh, he's working," and then give him,
Yeah.
like, my buddy's phone number. Have Cooper call
Yeah.
me. I'll give him some
Which
good
that was
some good
exactly what I
tips.
was expecting actually, was be
Yeah.
like it would be like his brother answering, who's, like, older brother who's got a deeper
Mhm.
voice or something, and be like, "Yeah, bunch of parents are probably gonna call you, blah, blah," and I was ready to just be like, "Hey, where do you work? What do you do for a job?
Yeah.
How long you been doing it?" Just asking all those kinda just basic questions that if you
If you're an
actually did.
adult, you'll know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But the kids probably wouldn't think that many steps ahead. I was ready for
Yeah.
all that. Yeah.
Man.
But now it looks like I won't even need to go that far.
Damn it.
It's just frustrating because I'm gonna be the one who's the bad guy today.
You want me to do it? I'm on it, man.
Uh, no, no. I think what I'll do is I will let him do his thing until the decathlon's over, and then he's getting picked up.
Yeah. Ugh. Being a parent, man, terrifying.
Yes, it's annoying, actually.
Yeah. It is. Well, Mitch, I'm proud of you, man. You did a good job. It's putting everything together. I think I speak for everybody here right now saying thanks for putting it all together, the whole workouts and the open stuff and bringing food and organizing it. It's
Oh
it doesn't
yeah.
go, yeah, it's not
I'm excited
going
for everyone to
unnoticed.
bring me food tonight.
Yeah, that's right. Katie and I got to figure out what we're bringing. I've seen everybody writing stuff that they're bringing. I'm like, everything's just like slowly disappearing. What are we going to bring? It's probably going
Yeah.
to be something like a bag of chips dip that doesn't make sense for it, like
My
Doritos and
message
something dumb.
my message to the captain was like, "Hey, just coordinate with your team a little bit so not everybody's bringing chips and dip."
Chips.
Like,
Yeah. Just bring something different. Maybe I'll I wonder if anybody's done I don't have time for eggs. I don't have time for deviled eggs now.
you don't? I
Should
guess
have
it
been
is
on top
getting
of
kind
it.
of close.
Yeah, it's like what, we've got 2 hours till I see you?
I basically like soon as we're done with this, I'm hopping on the computer and typing up the rules and all that fun stuff. So,
Get on top of it. Man,
all right.
sweet.
Well, that does it for episode 8. If you guys like,
Remembered.
comment, subscribe, we'll be moving forward into content that's more actually probably useful for the average viewer, where we'll be talking about how to perform better, eat better, live better, whatever it is, challenges that are common, etc. So we'll have like a theme for every episode from here on out.
We'll get the comments figured out too.
Yes, hopefully we'll figure that out
What's going
soon.
on there?
All right,
Nice.
guys.
Thanks,
See you in
Mitch. See you in a little
Valhalla.
bit.
See you in
Valhalla.
Valhalla.